Hey guys, this is No Solution. I'm Scott. Want to do just kind of a not really a collection update, but just stuff I've been listening to that I thought was worth mentioning. There's so many tags going on right now. A lot of them I want to participate in, but I don't know about you guys, but my feed is just full of tag responses, and I don't think anyone's waiting for another one. So I think I might wait till the furor dies down, and then I can maybe do mine later. Um, anyway, let's get right into it. Got some music to talk about, and then some porn at the end, if you're into that. I just wanted to show this real quick. Steve, not from All the World's a Stage. A is for Alice, B is for Bob. He had showed the Deep Purple album, Concerto for something or other. I don't know. Live from Royal Albert Hall. And I said that I had this that was kind of an homage to that cover. So instead of the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra, it's the Loyal Disharmonic Orchestra conducted by the powers that be. So this is a live album from 2010 celebrating their 20th anniversary. Very, very long set. I think like 2.5-ish hours. It's 3 CDs, 2 DVDs. And yeah, I just thought it was a cool kind of tribute to that classic album cover. Nothing really to show inside, just the many discs overlapping, which I know Steve's not a big fan of, and neither am I. But that's the world we live in. So there's that. Yeah, if you're an Opeth fan, you probably know this. If you're not an Opeth fan, probably isn't the place to start. But great live album. Just a real quick mention, because it's Marillion, I've got to do it. The new Marillion Christmas album here. What a wonderful time of year. And the reason it's spelled that way is because this is a live concert from WDR in Munich, I think. I believe Cologne, Germany. Sorry. So there's a short Christmas message, and then the whole rest of the CD is part of that live show. Not the entire show, but a good portion of it. It was recorded in 2017, so it's heavily focused on the Fear album. Yeah. Did I need another? I'm sure my Marillion live albums are in the 3 digits now, but I was very happy to get this as part of the Marillion fan club. So moving on. I've really been neglecting these, the new releases from Gravewurm. I got a advanced CD from Kevin with a lot of these songs on it, and then the actual releases, I got them, and then by the time they came out, I was like preparing for my year-end list, so these kind of got pushed to the side for a little bit. The new full-length album, Pestilent Revenant, actually was officially released, I think on New Year's Day, and it is fantastic. 8 tracks, and I think all of them I had heard before on this, but this is the final version. Definitely a bit more power, and a finished product arranged in the order they're going to be in. Definitely makes a difference. I don't know what more I can say about Gravewurm. I feel like by now if you like them or not. But again, I'll urge you, if you haven't heard them, definitely give them a shot. First wave, very, I would say, primitive, not in a bad way, not flashy black metal. So there's that one. And then this came out, I believe, in November, an EP, Dead by Midnight. This is one of the songs on here I'd heard, but the other ones I had not really. I've been really enjoying this one too. This is a bit doomier than this, so I would say check them out on Bandcamp, see what you think. And also, Kevin was nice enough to send this one to me for free. This is a compilation of the Carnivorous Monarchy EP from 2003, and the Bestial Hordes from 2002, which I have on multiple variations, various different discs. So this came out and I was like, well, I don't know. Maybe I'll add it to my next order or something, because there's one bonus track on here, and yeah, it just showed up in the mail, and Kevin said, yeah, I figured you already had these, so but you might want to hear the extra track without buying it. So very very generous. Thank you very much, Kevin. The extra track is really interesting because it is it is titled "Prowl Like a Beast." Any Gravewurm fan will know the song is "Funeral," and this was the planned project after Gravewurm because Gravewurm was originally going to end in 2010. So this is in 2011. The project was called Arachnia, with Travis Locke Terror on vocals and lyrics. And Kevin told me what band he's from, and I don't remember. So I'm sorry, but yeah, just a different version of a track that Gravewurm fans will know, but kind of interesting to hear that alternate version of it, and kind of maybe what would have happened if that project continued, but it didn't, and Gravewurm is still going, which I'm very very thankful for. Night 3 of the Blue Oyster Cult 3-night stand in New York, where they played their first 3 albums in their entirety. And so this one is the Secret Treaties album. You see the kind of alternate album cover they've been doing for all of them. I think this might be my favorite of the 3. So they do the album and then another hour plus of deep cuts, plus, obviously they got to play Don't Fear the Reaper every night. They've got to play Godzilla, etc. But a lot of cool deeper cuts too. And there's some crossover in that between the 3 nights, but I think if you're a Blue Oyster Cult fan, you'll want all 3 of these. What was the one on here that really stood out to me? As I just stare at it like an asshole. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's a great live album. These guys are pushing 80 and still rocking out. Sorry, Flaming Telepaths, which is actually from the album, and it was one of the highlights when I saw them live too. So cool to get a live version that I can enjoy over and over. Okay, in this one, death metal fans will probably know. This is Gutted, self-titled, from 1997. Hair out of there. So Gutted only put out one other full length, 1994's Bleed for Us to Live. And this came out, like I said, 1997, originally on a label called Loud and Local from Ann Arbor, Michigan. They only put out a handful of things, and then they closed up shop. So what this is, it's listed as a full length, but it's really not. It is 5 new songs, actually 4 new songs and a cover, recorded in 1995 in 2 different sessions. And then the original release of this had the Disease demo from 93, which is all songs that ended up on the full length. So this new re-release from Repulsive Echo also adds in their first demo. Originally when they were called Demigod, it was called Into the Gates of Insanity, and then they re-released it when they changed the name to Gutted, just as Gutted. So you got all that, you got over an hour then, 70 plus minutes of music on here. Is this great? No, not really. But Gutted, I mean, that one album is so good that I'm happy to have everything else they ever did on this disc. If you don't know them, they're from Toledo, Ohio, and it was a band of three brothers, Mark, Scott, and Michael Ditch. Michael has since passed away, the guitarist. So, yeah, I would say the 4 new songs, I don't think they really compete that heavily with what is on Bleed for Us to Live, but they're cool. They're cool songs. They're cool to have. They're a little groovier than the stuff that's on the full length, but time and moved on. That's kind of the direction metal was going in. Not a whole lot inside. You got all the lyrics, which is cool. Kind of little collage there, and a tribute to Michael there, who died in 2014. So if you did not have this, which I don't know how many copies were actually out there, definitely I would recommend, if you're a Gutted fan, pick it up. I got mine at Hell's Headbangers. I think they still have copies. And this is not the original cover that they went with. This is actually the cover for the demo, which is much better than the cover they put out originally in 1997. It was just kind of the logo with a bunch of colors around it. It was kind of shitty looking. So glad to have this. Okay, that's all the records. Now let's get into some porn. So when I started buying Playboys, I remember I kept saying like, oh, I just really like the Playboys. I don't want, I'm not really into the filthier stuff. I like the airbrushed. And well, Halloween night, I think it was, had a great time, passed out a lot of candy, had a few pops, had a few more pops, and then got on Whatnot. And somebody on there was selling gallery magazines for like $1 a piece. And I went crazy and I bought a whole bunch of them. So I've been going through them, kind of looking. Gallery was started by F. Lee Bailey, believe it or not, the famous lawyer, and was really kind of a Playboy clone at the start. Then kind of moved more into a Penthouse clone, did a little more, graphic with the nudity and whatnot. Then years later, it just went full on, just straight out pornography. XXX, penetration, all that stuff. So this is before that. But Gallery was kind of unique in that they had some pretty famous writers writing for them. Isaac Asimov had a continuing series where he would do like these mystery stories where you're supposed to try to guess what the end of the mystery is, and then in a box at the bottom when you've given up, you can read what it is. Kind of neat. I've read one of those. It was pretty cool. This issue was kind of notable because you see down here, complete new horror novelette, The Crate by Stephen King. So I saw that and I was like, The Crate, that's the name of one of the stories in Creepshow, the one with Hal Holbrook and Adrienne Barbeau and who's the other guy? Franz Weaver, I believe his name is. One of my favorites. I mean, just a fantastic story. And all these great actors just hamming it up in this crazy story about a monster in a box that they find and just keeps eating people. But I never read the story. And I was like, really? I didn't know he wrote a short story of that. So I kind of looked into it. The story was published in here, and it's been published in a few anthologies, I guess, over the years, but never in one of Stephen King's own collections. So I'd never read it. So that was really fun to find. And I'm sure if whoever was selling these knew what they were, some of these Stephen King short story magazines go for a lot of money. So I think I got this for a bargain for $1. The other interesting thing in here, okay, I'll try not to show the nudity here. We'll do that. There is a flexi disc in here of the historic recording of the JFK assassination gunshots evidence that destroys the lone assassin theory. Somebody has uploaded this to YouTube, and that's where I listen to it instead of ripping this out and trying to play it. I don't know. It kind of sounds like a bunch of nonsense to me, but it's in there. It's kind of neat. And then there's a whole 32-page pull-out, like newspaper type deal of JFK assassination conspiracy. I guess conspiracy, unless you believe it, and then it's not conspiracy. I don't know. But am I going to read all this? Probably not. It's kind of neat to flip through, but I'm imagining this was July 1979. So I think anybody who's into the JFK assassination theories, probably there's nothing new in here that you haven't heard before, but I just thought it was kind of neat with the flexi disc in there that was actually still in there. So, yes, old pornography can be very fun to look through. Anyway, that's all, you guys. Thanks, as always, for watching. And CM Punk is a piss baby. Later.